You know, folks, after a long day, to me, there's nothing better than coming down to the lake and fishing with a simple setup to catch dinner. And I'm fixing to show y'all how to do that. I'm going to show y'all an easy way that anybody can just pull up to the bank and catch a mess of fish for dinner. Now this bait right here is about 1 inch long. Off jig, an off jig, a white one. And I'm using a 1/64 of an ounce jig head with a size 10 hook. 2-pound test, vicious high vis line, monofilament line, 1000 size Daiwa reel with a light, this is an ultralight Falcon rod, 6 foot long. Now I have it tied with a uni knot, which is a pretty strong knot. I like a uni knot or a Palomar or a trilane. That's the only three that I'm going to tie when it comes to light line. And I've been fishing with these little beaver tail baits for a little while, keeping it hush, hush, hush. They're great baits for what we're going to be doing right here. Now, when it comes to locating these fish from the bank, there's several different things I look for, folks. One of the things is going to be a gravelly bottom and sand, a combination of. There's a pretty good little bluegill right there. He ain't too big, but it's a start. We got a bluegill bed well right in front of us. When it comes to bluegill or shellcracker, they prefer a sandy or pea gravelly type bottom. They have to be able to dish beds out, folks, and they're anywhere from about 14 to 16 inches in diameter. And right here, I can see all the way down this bank, there's some sand. It's a sandy shoreline. It's going to be a perfect area to look for bluegill shellcracker in a depth of around 2 to 3 feet deep. If you'll look right out in there, the sand starts. Back this way is pea gravel and small rocks. And you can also see some shell mixed up in that bottom composition right there. But on out, like I said, it sort of turns completely into sand. That's what you're looking for. Areas like that, that's shallow in relatively shallow water, 2 to 4 feet of water. Okay, golly. Now that could be little old bitty ones right there. Let's make another long cast. Let it fall, let it fall, let it fall. Water ain't very deep out there. Okay, there he is. There's plenty of fish out here now that I know how to catch them. They were a little bit tricky to begin with. This is a good one. This is a big old gill right here, folks. Big one. And I'm right here, right by a major highway behind me. I believe that's Tucker Mill. That might be Tucker Mill behind me. I don't know. I gotta fight this fish. This is a big old bluegill. Yes, sir. Look at there. That's what we're talking about. That's the biggest one so far. Way bigger than my hand. Let's put him in a bucket right here. Golly. Man, oh man, oh man. Look here. See, I'm working this bait. Hey, watch it. And one touched it right then. On the bottom. In their beds that they're fanning out. And that's what they're doing. They're just now starting to fan them out pretty good. And they ain't going to be able to stand it. That little bait, they just going to inhale it. But this jig head right here is so light that even a little breeze like we got right now, I'm having to hold my rod tip down and just move it a couple inches Let it settle back, and I'm watching the line. Just like that. And that's all I'm doing. This is just a sandy bottom out here in front of me, folks. Hard bottom. The way I rig these baits right here, they're too soft to glue, so I'm just gonna fish them just like anybody else would. They kind of tear up a little bit too easy, which is something I don't like, but as far as their shape and their action, I'm just gonna go ahead and use them. That little tail right there is what does it. And there's a lot of companies besides Slab Tail that makes beaver tail baits. Slab Tail is a doggone good one, but there's a lot of them now. It's calming down where I can make a longer cast. There's one right there. This is a big bed right here. I'm gonna show y'all why. Good bluegill right here. That's why I love this 2-pound test line. I stress that all the time. In a wimpy rod, this fish feels like he's 5 pounds. Look here. Golly, that's a big son of a gun. That's what we're wanting right there. I might catch more than what I said because I got some neighbors that probably want them too. Let's talk about this. Let's put this one in the bucket. Look here, I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Now, I've been throwing over towards my left and they ain't nothing. Or so far I hadn't had a bite right in here. The bed starts right here. So they got a little bit slow. They're still biting out there in front of me. So I just turned out here about 22.5 degrees from where I was catching them. Made another cast and boom. This is a big bed, folks. And I just pick it up 3 or 4 inches and let it fall back. That's about it. Just hop it. That flat tail, especially on this light jig, what this flat tail does, it catches the water, and when you pick it up, when it falls back slower. So that's the key with this type of bait right here. Light jig head and a big flat tail will make it fall back to the bottom after you pick it up like that. When it's falling back, it falls back slow. Those fish can see it. Grabs their attention a lot better. Ooh, I want to hit it right then. There we go. He come back and got it. He hit it once. Didn't get it, and he come back and got it the second time. Now that one right there will let go. He's about an inch too small, folks. Let's let him go back. All right, folks, let's walk right over here past this ramp right here. Now it used to, I do remember years and years ago, they used to bed right here on the other side of this boat ramp. But it don't mean they're going to be there now, but we'll see. Well, come on, we'll walk on over here and see. It won't hurt a thing in the world. There's one. There we go. See what we got right here. We may have found another bed right here. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Look what we got right here, folks. Y'all excuse the noise. There's a lot of big old crappie. I'm gonna put that one in the bucket, wouldn't y'all? Look at there, what a pretty crappie. This is gonna be a mixed deal right here. Okay. Look at there, what a crappie. They might be another one. Let's go right up here. They could be some more right there. No doubt. See, it don't take a lot to catch you a mess of fish. Look at that big old pretty crappie in amongst. That's a big crappie. That size comparison to show y'all how big those bluegill really are. Those are some big bluegill. Okay, folks, we've moved on down from where we were. Now we found a bluegill bed full of big bluegill. This is a situation, this is what I'm looking for when you're talking about crappie from the bank, which is a totally different fish. And you have to look for different, it's a different situation altogether. Let me explain this. Now this is a shallow area right here. A long cast might be 3 to 4 feet of water. And that's about it. But what I'm looking for right here is pea gravel plus vegetation. The two as a combination is a perfect situation right here at the end of this riprap for crappie to be. Okay. Tater beans gives me gas. There he is. There's another crappie, folks. Yep. Y'all know me when it comes to crappie. If there's one in there and I catch him, I'm going to catch some more. Yep. Good crappie, too. We're going to have some dinner. We started off fishing one method and then started doing something else with the same bait, though. This is a versatile bait. That's a good fish right there. Look here. Those are black crappie, by the way. Let's put him in the bucket right here. We're going to eat him. I want y'all to look what a mess of fish right there. You can do this from the bank. And now I got a love-hate relationship, not hate, but with bait types like this. As far as the action on the tail, I love it. But the plastic is too soft. After you catch 4 or 5 fish, well then it's over. It's absolutely over. Let's see if we can catch another crappie right here. There could definitely be another one right here. I've done forgot all about the bluegill. Look here. Here's another crappie. See, I done forgot all about the bluegill. Crappie happens to be my favorite fish to catch. No doubt. Come on in here. That's a good eating size crappie right here. There ain't nothing wrong with that right there. About a 10-inch one. That's the smallest one we've caught. Get in there, boy. That's a good eating size, though. Let's try right over here. Let's try right over here under this tree, folks. Golly, you want to hit it, son. This might be where the bed is right here. I mean, it no more hit than that fish was on it. And we're going to let him go. He's just a little small. He's about 1 inch too small. All right, let's throw him back. Let's see if this is the bed that we was looking for to start with. Yeah, I just got another bite there. I'm not for sure if it's a bed yet, but it's looking like it. It's looking like it. Yeah, this is a bed. Golly, what do we got here? Fish is biting, folks. Now this feels like a big bass or something. Golly, fish are biting this evening.
And a lot of my fishing is based on weather conditions. I want to let y'all know that. It's a bass. Now then, have I convinced y'all how good beaver tail jigs are? That's a good bass. I mean, I'm just fishing public waters, but the bait selection is very important. You know, these fish are hammered, so it pays to, he's gonna break my line. If I don't watch it, he is. He's got up in that tree, folks. I don't know with this 2-pound line. I don't know. I believe he come off. Doggone it. That's poison ivy right there too. Let's see. Yeah, he come off. Doggone it. That was about a 3-pound bass or better. But that's just how effective beaver tail baits are. All right, folks, let's take a look at our catch. Now remember, I ain't been here long. We got 3 good crappie, and there's probably 10 or more big old bluegill in there. That's just, and it didn't take me no time to do that. All because of bait selection. Color, size, rate of fall, meaning a light jig head, which is really real important, especially in shallow water. No matter what time of the year, the smaller, oftentimes, the better. All right, folks, let's talk about the bait right here. That's nothing more than a little 1-inch beaver tail bait. What makes this bait so effective for both bluegill and crappie is that little tail. Look at the action on that tail. Now when I work this bait, you can work it on the bottom for bluegill if they're bedding, or you can work them in the middle of the water column. In the case of catching some crappie, just a slow methodical wind is all you need for crappie. So there's a lot of different ways to work the bait, but the main thing is because it's small. It's super small. Cannot beat that for panfish. Folks, I'm just going to make a short cast right here. When bluegill are bedding, let's say there's a bunch of bluegill on bed right here. Just a short cast. I'm going to let it hit the bottom. Okay. It's on the bottom. Then I'm going to pick it up and move it about 2 to 3 inches at the time, right across those beds. Bluegill or shellcracker cannot stand that presentation. But now let's say if we were fishing for crappie. Okay, this is 3 foot of water, by the way. Make a cast, let the bait fall 1.5 feet, right in the middle of the water column, and just reel it back slowly, like that. And watch that line. Watch the thump. That's the correct way to catch a crappie. Because crappie, as y'all know, as I've taught, feeds up. All right, folks, if y'all was wondering where I was at, welcome ashore. Rayford Tucker Boat Ground, Polecat Creek, Lake Guntersville. And this is Highway 227, which is a very busy highway. I hope y'all can hear me, but let's take a look again. Hey, it don't take much to catch a load of fish. There's a cop. All right, folks, that was a lot of fun. It didn't take me but a couple hours to catch those fish. And I worked an area right here that's probably 100 yards right here near the boat ramp, and caught some
doggone good bluegill and some crappie right here at the boat ramp where the boats goes back. Look what I'm talking about. A busy boat ramp. Now, the reason I want to show this and fully explain this to y'all is light line, little bitty jigs, light jig heads, and little bitty jigs is the answer when you have a lot of boat traffic or even a lot of fishing pressure. You can always catch them. Believe you me, there's plenty of fish out here to be caught from the bank, and usually you can catch them year round. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments, everything y'all do for this channel. Hey man, woo. Woo. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.